What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile Blueprint episode. So today we are going to be discussing the UL736 electric light. So this is the second legendary so far in this game that's been released for the UL736, which is quite a rarity. So surprisingly enough, we did get a new draw today, which is on a Monday, something that hasn't really happened in quite a while since probably like during the Christmas season. We've been kind of like taking it slow with most of the draws, given that most of these seasons usually last around 30 plus days. But this time around, we do only have a 28-day season. So it is assumed that around Thursday night, we are going to be getting the Peacekeeper legendary draw, or either that it's going to be the Firebreak legendary character draw. I just assumed that the UL was going to be the only draw of this week. I thought they were going to have both the Peacekeeper draw and the legendary Firebreak Redux draw next week, but apparently not. So it's been quite a while since we have gotten a legendary skin for the UL736. For the most part, even after the Death Charge was released, the UL was very neglected for such a long time. And that's mainly because most of the weapons around year 1 and, later parts of year 2 and maybe earlier parts of year 3, the UL736 was one of those weapons that just wasn't being updated at all, meaning that like it was still a 4 to 5 shot kill up in close range until recently, where now like if you shoot on the chest or above, you're gonna get a 3 shot kill. It's a much more effective weapon now than it was before. But I guess that's pretty much the reason why we haven't gotten a legendary skin. I mean, typically whenever we do get a new legendary for a weapon that we haven't seen in a while, or at least seen get much love, they usually buff it the season before or during that same season. Season 9 of 2020 was the very first time the UL got a legendary skin. It was within the gunsmith update, the one where everything kind of changed. We started getting the whole gunsmith, the grindable camos and everything. So yeah, it came out during a pretty revolutionary time for COD Mobile. Unfortunately, it wasn't really the best legendary. I mean, again, it was season 9 of that year. So yeah, legendaries were still kind of basic for the most part. That legendary skin wasn't that great, mainly because of the iron sight. I mean, even the effects were kind of lackluster as well. So for a long time, I've always wanted to see what kind of other legendary that they would have. But part of me also believed that maybe we were just never going to get a UL36 legendary skin. But at last we finally did with the electric light. And I would say that this is a far, far better improvement over the first legendary. I say that because, I mean, look at the iron sight. If you look at the design overall, the effects, the sounds, everything overall is just absolutely, it's such a step up over the original. Really, the only thing about this legendary that might be a little subpar is probably maybe just the death effect, but even that still has a little bit of unique features to it because we never seen anything like that as well. There are some features that are kind of reminiscent to like the ones in the past. I mean, the lightning kind of looks like the Rictus arc type of lightning, maybe a little bit more detailed and a little bit with more lightning. It kind of does remind me of that as well. Also, another feature is that like there are like light up text that appear on the side of the gun, or I guess on the body. Something that the RPD Practical Joker actually had. Don't get me started on the iron sight as well. I think the iron sight is by far the best one so far of the UL736 legendary skins, and maybe just skins in general if you include the epics. But again, with the UL736, I don't really think it matters too much because the iron sight really isn't an issue, or like it's not something that you really have to like get used to because it's just naturally good. The only difference with this one, maybe it's just that it helps you view a little bit more, like it has like a wider like view within the iron sight itself, but that's pretty much it. So I did talk about the sounds. Like overall, everything has its different sounds when you shoot it, when it's suppressed, when it's not, when you reload it. I mean, everything is different in terms of sound, and that's absolutely amazing. I know the Death Charge is pretty good with the sounds as well, but just not as evolved as this one is. So yeah, that's another thing that it has over that one. So the overall structure, and I'm just showing you the class setup at the same time. The overall structure is more or less red with, of course, the little etchings of like different text. When you actually look at it in game, it doesn't really look that high quality. Something I kind of wish that they would change. But those etchings also go on the quick draw grip as well as, well, not the quick draw grip, but like just the grip in general, as well as the magazine itself. So yeah, that's actually something. Like I mean, like it's cool that they have it there, but again, you know, it's not something that you're gonna notice immediately. And given that you don't reload too often, especially if you have like the 60 round, you're not really gonna notice it. Your hand covers it too, so yeah, that's another thing. But you also do have all that electricity just coursing around the weapon, and I do love that centerpiece, like in the barrel where it's like all this just like electric light kind of like emanating from that area. But yeah, I mean, overall, the structure physically is amazing. And I also forgot to mention that even when you reload those little, like there are some little things on the like bottom of the iron sight that kind of like pop out and pop back in whenever you do insert the mag. So that's another cool physical feature that this thing actually has. But yeah, the UL736, it's not like a reactive skin, so it's gonna come out a little bit cheaper at only 3,900 at the very end. But hopefully you guys get a little bit more lucky than I did because I kind of had to do the whole pool in order to get it. So yeah, it's up to you guys whether or not you actually want to buy this. I'm not gonna force you or anything. But yeah. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe for some more COD mode content. I'll see you guys next time.